If I could say one thing about Generation 5, it'd be the type of Pokemon that were introduced this generation. From the box art legendaries, to the cool Pokemon, to the inanimate objects, to the Gen 1 ripoffs, to the racist and homophobic Pokemon, to the bug types. Oh yes, the bug type Pokemon of Generation 5. Before this generation, the bug type was utter garbage, but there was a few Pokemon that stood out. However, Generation 5 has an interesting selection of bug type Pokemon. There's probably someone watching this video and their favorite Pokemon just so happens to be Excelgor. But as for the other bug types, we have the beefy regional bugs, to Pokemon with a type combination that's way too overused at this point, to Volcarona. Arguably the most important bug type in all of Pokemon. First of all, look at that sexy design. That swag is straight up majestic and it's obviously meant to look powerful. In fact, this Pokemon probably gets more bitches than the people who are watching this video. Next, Volcarona has a staggering base stat total of 550. That's the highest non-mythical, non-ultra beast, non-paradox base stat total a bug type has. Also, it's an ace of a champion, which is significant. Up until this point, the ace Pokemon of champions are usually relegated to special Pokemon like starter Pokemon, pseudo legendaries, and Milotic too, I guess. So this Pokemon has a lot going for it, but there's still a lot we need to cover on why Volcarona is the most important bug type. But real quick, before we move on, why not subscribe? I make tons of Pokemon commentary videos like this one, and if you enjoy this video, after it you can check out my other videos too. One thing I found interesting about Volcarona was it's a post-game Pokemon. In the Relic Castle, you can find a Volcarona at an impressive level 70, and this really makes me wonder why they would do this for a Pokemon like Volcarona. My theory was that Volcarona was supposed to be a legendary Pokemon. To this day, we have yet to have an actual bug type legendary. My theory to why Volcarona isn't a legendary is probably due to this thing. Like seriously, why does this Pokemon exist and why does it evolve at level 59? I'd rather get ran over by a steamroller than train this thing from level 1. And I think Game Freak knew how bizarre this thing was, because in Black and White 2, you can't even get Larvesta without breeding, and they changed Volcarona's level to match the progression of the game. Back in the day, it was basically taboo to make a legendary Pokemon evolve, but in recent days, this has sort of been normalized. I do generally feel like if Volcarona was made in a later generation, it would be a legendary, I'd imagine. This Pokemon is worshipped as the sun. I don't know why they're using a moth as the sun, but fuck it, I guess. Another reason why Volcarona is so important is because of its battle prowess. First of all, this Pokemon had the unique typing of Bug and Fire at the time, which was unheard of. But most importantly, this Pokemon is the poster child to the move Quiver Dance, which made Bug-type Pokemon turn from shit to not so terrible but still kinda mediocre. Also, an important thing to note is that Volcarona got banned from Gen 9 single battling not once, but twice. And this is the only non-mythical, non-ultra beast bug type to do so. This Pokemon truly has accomplished more than I have in a lifetime. But to answer the question on why Volcarona is so important is because Volcarona carries the legacy of modern gen bug types. Bug types went from being extremely bad to mediocrity, and Volcarona is a good example of that. Game Freak realized, hey, we don't have to make this type that awful. And so, they've consistently been giving us good bug types over the last couple years. And Volcarona's unique typing of Bug and Fire has been influenced into other bug types. I think even Game Freak knows this Pokemon is so important because they gave it not one, but 2 Paradox forms. And at the end of the day, if you ever think about the bug type being bad, just remember the importance of Volcarona and how it brought the potential of the bug typing for the foreseeable future. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below your favorite bug type Pokemon. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.